You're sitting in a room having a conversation with someone who is telling you a story. Everything seems normal. They seem calm, but for some reason something about their behavior doesn't sit right with you. You can feel that something is off, but you can't put your finger on it. The words they're saying are believable, but you can't help but feel there's a hidden layer, one that they don't want you to see. What if I told you that their body was giving you clues, telling you the truth, even when their words are trying to hide it? The first clue you may notice is their eyes. The eyes are often called the window to the soul, and they rarely lie. When someone is lying, they tend to avoid eye contact because it makes them uncomfortable. You'll notice them looking away, glancing down, or looking up, trying to avoid your gaze. On the other hand, some liars overcompensate and stare a little too intensely, hoping to seem more believable. Natural eye contact comes and goes, but liars will either avoid it completely or force it unnaturally. You might not even notice it at first, but once you start paying attention, it becomes more obvious. Then there's their facial expressions. Even though they try to control their facial expressions, microexpressions are always there. These are tiny involuntary movements that reveal true emotions in a fraction of a second. You might see the twitch of a lip, the furrowing of the brow, or even a brief flash of fear in their eyes before they quickly cover it up. These small facial movements can't be hidden, no matter how much someone tries. They can fake their words, but their face will always show their true feelings. Let's talk about their body posture. When people lie, they often try to protect themselves. This might manifest as crossing their arms, leaning away, or even positioning their body in a way that puts distance between you and them. They might also shift uncomfortably in their seat, trying to find a position that feels safer. Their body feels tense, as if ready to flee or defend itself. If someone seems to be closing themselves off physically, chances are they might be hiding something. Breathing is another subtle giveaway when someone is lying. Their body becomes stressed, and this often shows up in their breathing. Liars may take shallow breaths, or they might pause between sentences to gather enough air. Their breathing might become faster or erratic, as they struggle with the tension of lying. If their breathing pattern changes suddenly, it's a sign that something deeper is going on. Now observe their hands. People who are lying may unconsciously keep their hands still or hide them. They might shove their hands in their pockets, clasp them tightly, or keep them hidden under the table. Liars also tend to touch their face more, rubbing their neck, scratching their nose, or even covering their mouth. All of these actions are their body's way of trying to comfort itself, as if it's physically trying to stop the truth from escaping. Watch for these movements, because they can reveal a lot about what they're really feeling. Another sign is the way they talk. A liar often speaks more slowly than usual, trying to carefully choose their words to avoid making a mistake, or they might speak too quickly, as if trying to rush through their story. If they hesitate, repeat your questions, or provide excessive detail that doesn't quite fit the story, it's a red flag. Honest people tend to respond more naturally, without overthinking, but liars might need more time to fabricate their answers. Pay attention to the flow of their speech. It can often be as revealing as their body language. One of the most fascinating things about liars is that they might even act in ways that seem too comfortable or overly confident to make you believe their story. They might overdo it, using grand gestures, too much detail, or trying to make their words sound as convincing as possible. Their body language becomes exaggerated, as they try to convince you they're telling the truth. This overcompensation is an attempt to make their story seem more believable, but it often makes them seem less genuine. Nervous habits are also part of the game. When lying, people often need to release their built-up anxiety somehow. This can lead to fidgeting, tapping fingers, or even excessive blinking. They might rub their hands together or play with objects around them. These small actions may seem minor, but they are often an attempt to release the nervous energy that builds up when someone is being deceptive. Pay attention to these movements because they often give away the stress of lying. And then there's the timing of their responses. When someone lies, their emotional response might not match the timing of the question. Honest people respond naturally to a question, their emotions matching their words, but liars might take longer to answer or pause too long before they speak. This delay in response gives them time to formulate their lie. If someone's reaction feels off or delayed, it could indicate that they are trying to mask the truth. Finally, look at how their body moves in relation to their words. Liars often struggle to match their body with the story they're telling. They might smile when telling something serious, or laugh nervously when talking about something sad. The body can't fake the truth for long, and mismatched emotions between words and actions are often a key indicator of deception. Pay attention to these discrepancies, because they can often tell you everything you need to know. So now that you know the signs, you can start applying these observations in your daily life. Whether you're at work, in a negotiation, or just having a casual conversation, these body language clues will help you spot deception and get to the truth. Remember, the body never lies, and once you understand the signals, you'll be able to read people like an open book. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, because you will learn a ton of information in the next video.